everyone, this is Sylvia Link. Welcome to my channel. Well, I'm sorry today we could not be outside for a very beautiful scene, but we have to make do of what we have in the house. Thank you and welcome. Well, I hope everybody's doing well, kicking well, and I hope you're taking your tea. Well, I have something to say today. This is a very wonderful day, and I know that you are going to enjoy what I'm going to say. What actually has been pounding in my heart for a very long time is this fact that people say things that they do not mean. People are so mean to each other. People are so callous to each other. They care nothing about each other. Their heart never bleeds for anybody. They are so unconcerned about any other person but themselves. Me, moi, and I. It's a very bad phenomenon in this society where we live in. I'm at a shock that after this pandemic, that I thought that people would have changed. I thought a lot of things would have changed in their life. I thought people would have come out and be more receptive to other people. I thought that after the pandemic, people are going to be very, very different. But do you know, people just walked into the society, back into the society, as if nothing ever happened. Come on. People lost their loved ones. People lost their precious ones. People are still mourning up to today. Do you know there are families who cannot feed themselves, even as I'm speaking to you now? Do you know? Do you know there are people who are still on depressive tablets? Do you know there are people who are still contemplating suicide? Do you know there are people who are still lonely? Do you know there are people who still cries every day? And what are we doing? We're all caught up in our own little nuclear families and we don't care what happens. Do you know that? Some people don't even have a house to live. They don't even have... Some families are being kept outside. Kicked outside by this time. Because they didn't pay for house rent. In some part of the world. But we don't care. Who cares? The government will do this. The government... What of we? The people. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do as a human being? I had a story. Not even had a story. I watched it. It was a clip. Yes, it was a video clip. And that video clip really dawned on me. It touched me. It shined the lights for me. Where a woman left her husband heartbroken. The woman died during this pandemic. Let me just come up and tell you people. And as she died, the man is heartbroken. The man is confused. The man does not want to do any other thing than to take his life. You think that kind of man, what does he need now? You think he needs money? No. He needs love. He needs caring. Another video clip I watched where a woman was carrying a little basket on her head, selling very little quantity of goods that doesn't even worth 50 euro. It doesn't even worth 20 euro. But that is her livelihood after this pandemic. And somebody met her and told her, "Madam, how much is this thing you're selling?" She said, he said, no, how much is everything? She told the man put hand and doubled and tripled and quadrupled it. And the woman fell down and began to cry. And so if she had something worth $20 or $30 in her basket. The man gave her $200. She cried. In short, she said, you are a helper being sent to me. Some families only need $50 now, or €50, or as the case may be, to even start something to do. Some families has lost their husband, their breadwinner. Some lost their wives. Some lost their grandmother, their grandfather. Some lost so many loved ones. And what do? We are so careless about it. We walk right back into the society. We never even say, let us change our mindset. Let us change the way we do things. Let us change our attitude. Let us change the way we do things. Nobody cares. You know what? It's a very terrible way of doing things. It's a very terrible way of living life. What is actually important to us is what? As a human being, we need to lead a helping hand. Family, friends, neighbors, whoever, the society in general, the world at large. Our attitude, the way we show love, the people we meet on our daily basis, and how we relate. Don't let somebody cry just because of what you did to that person. But rather, this time around, I am so flabbergasted that some people are still enemies. After this pandemic, they went home, they were enemies. After the lockdown, when there was an open up, they were still enemies. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why is the human in us? Some people are human, and where some people are human being. If you are a human being, which means you have feelings, emotions are runs in you. Why do we keep holding on to things that are not important? Me, moi, I, Joe, me, moi, I, Joe. What is going on? What is going on? You know, I believe that the pandemic is supposed to teach us a lesson. Actually, a lesson. A big balloon lesson. I was thinking that people are going to change their attitude of doing their way of doing things. I, in particularly, is trying to change my attitude and the way I'm doing things. Maybe you can change. Maybe I can change. Maybe the world in general can. Maybe the society in general can change the little attitude of our way of doing things. Of living. Let us remove this callousness. Selfishness. Not caring for one another. Not caring whose hose is gone. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not me. I mean, what's my business? No. It should not be like that. Oh, my dear, I've not seen you for the long. Some people throughout the pandemic never called anybody. Even after the pandemic, they didn't call. They entered their car, they zoom off, they started walking. Life is good. What of those big numbers they are saying people were dying every day? When you think they are not visible. What of these people who are lonely, heartbroken, contemplating suicide, depressed, drunkards, homeless? What is our own contribution? What can we say about ourselves? That somebody will have impacted in somebody, or somebody has impacted in us. What if we wake up tomorrow, we're not there? You know, during this pandemic, I really learned something. Number one, never to plan ahead anymore. And never to save anything for the better. And never to say, this is the best, this is the worst. Or never to make a list of things I'm going to do. Never. In short, I decided not to even keep enemies anymore. Those who call themselves my enemies and those who feel that when we don't relate well. I'm using this media to tell you, whoever you are or wherever you're listening, we should come and be together as one another, so that the world will be a better place to live in. I'm inspiring you today to be a better person. I'm motivating you today to be a better and friendlier person. A giver, a carer, an educator. Somebody who can say, yes, I have something to offer to the society, not just to take, and take. You can open a shop, can run a shop. You can be a gym instructor. You can do something that you have never imagined you're going to be doing before. You can even be a preacher. You can share the word of God in the Bible. You can share the word of God in the church, on the streets, on the bus. You can even share tracts. Do something. Go to motherless babies. Help, give a helping hand. Go to the less privileged. Give a helping hand. People on the streets, if you have empty houses, pack them in there. You have food in your house, go to the junction, under the bridge, wherever, you share your food. Wherever it is, wherever. You have so much money, give a little bit to the poor. The Bible says we always have the poor with us. You can say, who is poor? The person who cannot feed 3 square meals is poor. You have empty house, put in people inside the house. You don't need to wait until they tell you things to do. There are millions of things you can do to help. Those who are depressed in mental home, you can go and give them words of encouragement. Speak to them. Buy them things. If you don't know, you know you're not the type who can speak, you can pass through people. Take, give them. Use clothes, things you are not using anymore. Package it, give it to the naked ones. Every part of the world needs help. There's no specific part of the world that is better than the other one. We all need help after this pandemic. After the pandemic, we need to come together. We need to shine our lights. We need to be a better people. We need to be a better human being. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart so much that somebody can be crying in the night and nobody to help. So if it's not the medical, the ambulance, nobody cares anymore. When last did you visit the prison? When last did you visit the hospital to give a helping hand? Package things and go to the prison to give out. You have excess money. What are you doing with it? You have excess food. What are you doing with it? Go to homes. A woman, a widow, she has 6 to 7 kids. Give a helping hand. Pay somebody's school fees. It's something. After the pandemic, let there be 160 degrees turnaround. If you cannot make 160 degrees, make a 180 degrees turnaround. If you cannot make a 180 degrees turnaround, make a 90 degrees turnaround. At least, if you cannot even make a 90 degrees turnaround, make a 45 degrees turnaround. It's something. Just a little, no matter how stingy you are. But everything is not money even. Your words, your heart, wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are watching me. If you have watched this video to this extent, I know you must have tried. And maybe something would have touched your mind. And maybe something from these words I shine today. We are not just speaking words, we are shining lights. Must have, something would have touched you. And if you felt touched, please give us a comment and like the video. Not just giving us a comment or liking the video or subscribing. No. Go out there and be that person whom you're supposed to be. Go out there and be the helping hand which you're supposed to be. Go out there and shine that light which you're supposed to shine. Thank you very much. And remain blessed in the Lord. Shalom.